sturdy women, welcome back. I hope you're having a good week. I hope you're feeling good in your body. Happy Lipedema Awareness Month. June is Lipedema Awareness Month, and it's a really great opportunity and time to share more about lipedema, help raise awareness about this condition that is actually really common, about 11% of women, but very rarely recognized and diagnosed, as we all know, right? I've been thinking a lot about the literal financial cost to us of lipedema being such an under-recognized disease. We don't get much help from our insurance. We have to go to the doctor over and over again trying to get diagnosis. The treatments that we know help us for conservative treatments, compression, vibration, massage guns, red light, different types of eating, all of that really helps us, but isn't necessarily covered by insurance. So I've had some challenges recently, the last month or so. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. Those of you who frequently comment on the channel have probably noticed I've been less responsive than usual. Well, I'm going to explain to you why today. I've been trying to figure out some of my own health challenges, insurance challenges, but all of that really got me reflecting on the literal financial cost of having lipedema, and how raising awareness can potentially help us offset more of these costs if insurance and government and other people are really like more aware of what we need and how it's literally impacting us. So before I went through my credit card statements, went through everything last night, and tried to really drill down on the costs. So I'm going to share all of that with you today. The figure is honestly astonishing. I knew it would be a lot. I did not expect it to be as high as it is. Those of you who are new to the channel, though, I want to give you a big welcome. We are so happy to have you in our community. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click subscribe below and then click the little bell so that you get a notification each week when I post a new Sturdy Woman video. And then especially because it's Lipedema Awareness Month, if today's video or anything else on the channel is helpful to you, please do like and share so that we can reach more women and give them hope and help with their lipedema. Okay, so I'm just gonna start rolling through some of these and I'll kind of explain some of my challenges to you as we go. So number one, the first thing I went and then I added up was my compression, right? Compression is so helpful to us, really kind of regardless of where you are, compression can help you. And if you've had surgery, you probably still need to wear compression, right? It's just like a foundational thing for us. My insurance has never covered my compression. I have bought 32 pairs over the past 3 years and spent more than $2,000 just on my compression. I was super excited when I discovered I could use my flexible spending account money, my FSA, to pay for it, to at least have that small savings of not having the tax. Those of you outside the US, a flexible spending account is kind of a tax-free place that you can put a few $1,000s each year and not pay income tax on it. So there's like a tiny benefit there, but not a lot. So compression, about $2,000 for 32 pairs. And I actually need to buy some more, like right now. Then you've seen in another video, I have a piece of medical equipment, a pneumatic compression pump. That was covered by my old insurance. They paid the majority of the cost, but I still paid $1,000 out of pocket for my pump. So my pump had a 2-year warranty, but I've had it for 3 years. And a couple weeks ago it broke. So it's no longer working, it's no longer under warranty, and even though I've spent that money, I'm now trying to figure out, does my new insurance cover getting a new one, how to go about getting a new one, what it's going to cost me to get a new one. And something else to note is that even though the machine only has a 2-year warranty on it, many insurance companies will not replace it that frequently. So that sucks. So my pump, about $1,000, even with insurance. Then I had some manual lymph drainage for a couple months when I was first diagnosed. I went to physical therapy. That was covered by my insurance, but all the copays and everything still came to about $300 just for a couple months. Then conferences, support groups, classes, we all know that no one knows how to help us, right? Even if a doctor tells you you have lipedema, they probably aren't able to give you a lot of advice about what to do, what's actually going to help you. That's one of the reasons that I'm so committed to sharing on this channel whatever I learn, making available to you for free, because it has cost me a lot of money to learn everything I know and connect with other lipedema women, all of that. So I estimate I've spent $5,500 just on trying to understand how to manage my condition and get support. So that's a big one. Self-care tools, in addition to things like compression and everything else I just listed. You know, we talk about vibration plates and red light and massage guns and leg wedges so you can elevate your legs, all of those sorts of things. I've spent about $500 on all of that over the past 3 years. And I will also say the prices on those things have increased with inflation in the United States. So if I were to have to replace them now, the cost would be even higher. I follow a keto lifestyle to manage my lipedema. I've talked about that in some other videos. I regularly test my blood sugar and my ketones, and that simply, like the test strips and all of that, has cost me $900 over the past 3 years. I have, again, slightly offset that cost by using my flexible spending account, but it's not, it's not a huge savings. Yay, I guess, I don't know. And then another big one you've heard me talk about is I had vein surgery. So back in 2020, I had a couple ablations and sclerotherapy on my left leg, and it was massively helpful. That was covered by my insurance, but it still cost me about $600. This is part of what I said at the beginning, I've been stressed out. At the beginning of May, I went to my vein doctor because I was having some kind of familiar discomfort and heaviness in my leg ever since I returned from my international trip earlier this year. And international travel is part of my job, and so I just wanted to stay on top of it, make sure everything was good. And they said, it's time to touch you up. It's time to do a couple more minor procedures on your veins just to keep you in tip-top shape. That's when I found out my new insurance for my new job does not cover vein surgery regardless of medical necessity. This was some fine print in the 100-page plan document that, of course, I didn't have access to until I joined my new company. And it was in network to see the doctor, so I assumed I'd be able to get treatment, but I can't. And if I decide to do that, it will cost me $5,000 out of pocket to have that surgery that I have to have that's medically necessary. And it even says in the denial letter, we do not dispute the medical necessity of this. You should probably do it, but we never cover it. And so that was a blow, and I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do about that. But to go back to my slide here, even when it was covered by my insurance, it still cost me $600. Supplements, this one just started to get depressing, so I did not include everything, but what I added up is $3,500. That's things like my collagen powder, my fish oil, those kind of core things, Brazil nuts for selenium. But yeah, so supplements are a big one, and I suspect many of you maybe even take many more supplements than I do. So $3,500 just for that. Grand total, when I add all of this up, comes to almost $14,000. What's not included in here? So we all know there's the financial cost, and then there's like the mental, emotional cost of having lipedema, right? So I've been in mental health therapy since before my diagnosis. I've been going every week talking about my body image issues, my body shame, fear and anxiety about my health and having a chronic condition, right? So that's a cost. I didn't include that though, because that's something I was already doing before my diagnosis, but certainly have found it extremely valuable in my journey. So that $14,000 does not include any mental health support. It does not include things like running shoes. It does not include things like all the steaks that I bought for my keto diet, right? Like, I don't even know how to start adding that up. And so that's a really conservative estimate of the financial cost. I am extremely aware and extremely grateful that I have had the means to make these investments in my health, but I want to really put out a rallying call that, as many of you know, many of you are maybe in this situation of not being able to get some of these things. It took me years to assemble some of these tools. For a long time, I had a wish list, and I would say, okay, like, I'm gonna save up, and then I'm gonna try to get a vibration plate, and then I'm gonna watch for one to get on sale. Okay, I've got that. Now I'm gonna try to get, you know, the next thing and the next thing, and just gradually get all these tools that I feel like I need. I see you, I feel you. That's why I started Sturdy Woman. So at Sturdy Woman, we have a lot of these things available at the lowest price that I'm able to find, and sell it to cover the cost of running the website. We also allow you to buy them with payment plans. So if you buy things on Amazon, you have to like pay it all right away. That's one of the reasons that we offer payment plans on Sturdy Woman, just because like it is insane. It should not cost this much just to take care of yourself. $14,000. Oh my God, it's so much. What could I have done with that money, right? Pay my student loans. So I think this is going to spark a lot of discussion. Put your thoughts below. And also, if you found any way to like save money with your lipedema, please do share that with us. But also share your challenges and your struggles so that we can all kind of give each other some support. For more about me, my journey, head over to sturdywoman.com. But I will see you next week.